This year's auto assessment is a bit different from the previous ones. Last year, you still had to log on to the e-filing or the mobile app system to approve or reject the auto assessment that was sent to you. So the biggest change this year is that once SARS issued a auto assessment, the auto assessment is on your system and that will be the status of your return. What will also happen is that any refunds that is due based on that auto assessment will be refunded to clients. Whether that client gave an indication of whether that auto assessment is wrong or not. So the client has got 40 days now to give SARS an indication if that auto assessment is incorrect or not. It's about 40 business days that they have now. So if they do it after that 40 days, they will have to request extension from SARS. Now, how that process is going to work, how it is going to work on a practical and on operations level, SARS haven't released that details yet, but that is what's going to happen, and that is the major difference between this year's auto assessments and the auto assessments for previous years.
As Tax Consulting South Africa, what are some of the more common questions or queries that come through on a yearly basis when people are submitting their tax returns? I know a lot of people have told us that they get really panicked when they see a return where they end up having to owe SARS money.
That happens quite a lot. What we say is don't panic. Let's get together, talk to a consultant, speak to somebody about having a look at whether that assessment has been submitted or filed by SARS correctly. The big concern that we have there is if it is not correct, who and if the third-party details that SARS is using to issue these, say for example, these auto assessments, if these information is wrong or incorrect, who must the taxpayer take it up with? And SARS has categorically stated that these type of errors must be taken up by the taxpayer with the third party. So if my tax certificate isn't correct, then I can't take it up with SARS. I must take it out with the company or the institution that issued IRP5. So that is the biggest concern that we have now. And then we have your usual technical questions like, say, for instance, your home office allowance, how you claim against that, how you claim against travel allowance, and those type of queries. I think the tax system is now, and the e-filing system, everything has come to they've reached an equilibrium. They are stable now. So even if you can look at the 22 tax returns now and the 22 tax returns of the previous years, there's not a lot of difference between them.
And just a final one, for those who missed the deadline to file their tax returns, what will then happen to them?
SARS has changed their administrative penalty system in December last year. So previously, you were only penalized if you have 2 tax returns outstanding. Now you get, even if 1 is outstanding, you get penalized now from January 2022. So what will happen is, based on the income that you declare, SARS will levy admin penalties up until the date that you actually submit your return.